Hello viewers, welcome back to another video on PowerMill 5-axis tutorial. So we had seen in the previous video how to generate a toolpath over this conical face. Okay, we had seen that actually, right? Using surface finishing strategy and also a constant Z finishing strategy. And in that toolpath strategy, we used from point as tool axis definition. Okay, from point, we selected from point so that we can able to control the tool axis. So in this also, we are going to use the same from point option, but interestingly, we are doing some workaround in case if you want to work with different models. This is also one of the method. Okay, so for this, interestingly, we are going to use a spherical cutter actually. Simple spear. Don't create any shank, holder, anything, just a spear. So how to create a spear is, if you go to the settings, select tipped disc tool. Actually, if you select tipped disc tool and your upper radius and bottom radius is 8 and 16 mm actually, 16 mm length, 16 mm diameter. So you can able to create a simple spear actually. Okay. Don't create any shank or holder because we are not going to use this tool. This is tool path, and this tool we are not going to use it. We are going to use this tool path as a reference. Okay, so this is a spear tool, and we had seen previously a surface finishing strategy and constant finishing strategy, but now interestingly we are using projection line finishing strategy. Okay, so in this one also tool got selected, and the limit I had selected the bottom limit as this bottom surface. Okay, this bottom surface is hidden here. If you select, actually the hidden surface is here actually. Okay, this is the surface. Okay, so now the next one actually in the line projection page, of course you had seen pattern, circular, spiral, and linear. We use spiral, and there is also an location is available actually. So what does mean? If you put 0, 0 here and if you preview it, okay, if, by selecting the tool and if you preview it, you can able to see a cylindrical shape is created actually. So in the projection point finishing, it creates a semi-sphere, or you can say sphere actually. But in this case, we had created a cylinder shape actually. So that's what line projection. Okay, so that is what the location. The location is just created around the part. Okay, then the azimuth and elevation is, as I said in the previous video, azimuth is rotating around is the axis. Elevation is tilting the XY plane. Okay, so from this one, if you rotate 90, or you can see that there is a arrow mark here. If you say 90 here, it's preview again. So the arrow mark comes here. That means the starting point moves here actually. That's what azimuth. So I put 0 here. And the elevation, if you 0 here, it will create like this. If you put 90 degree, it will get tilted actually. Okay, so it will tilt like this. But in this case, again, I put 0 and preview because I want to machine in this way. And the projection is outwards. Okay, outward means, you know, the center of the cylindrical axis is here, and from then here you want to project the toolpath. So what will happen? It automatically project the first surface. Which is our first surface? First surface is this one actually. From the center, the first surface towards outside is this is the one. So the next one, step over. Okay, we can give any step over here, and coming to pattern, again spiral, clockwise, anti-clockwise. In the heights, where you want to start, where you want to end actually. Okay, here you can see I put a -8 and -79 actually. So this is the range I want to cut. But what I did is one more thing is starting distance is fine. I want to start from 8 mm because my tool is 8 mm radius. So I don't want to be start from the tip. Just 8 mm is enough. And my ending, I put more, but I can control from the limits actually, minimum limits. Okay. So this is the one. Then come back to tool axis. So here we are not going to use 5-axis definitions as tool axis. We put select vertical actually, because we are not going to generate or generate the NC program for this particular toolpath. We use this toolpath as a reference for pattern finishing. Okay, so why we are doing this, you will know it once you calculate it. Once you calculate, you can see that it's created an undercut in the undercut region also, because there is no shank. It's just a spear. So wherever it goes, it can able to generate the toolpath. Okay, it's a pure vertical one. Okay, so you can see a collision red mark here. Okay, it doesn't matter because we are not going to use this toolpath. So now what we are going to do is we are create a pattern finishing toolpath. And this time I'm selecting a real tool, which is a ball nose tool. Same diameter have to be used because we used spherical of 16, right? So we have to use the same diameter because it will change the references. Then what I'm doing is here, coming back to this toolpath tool selection page, I use toolpath here. Actually, use toolpath. Which toolpath? In this case, it is 1 actually. So 1 is our that projection line finishing, which is we used a complete spear tool actually, right? So and the next one actually in the tool axis, okay, don't need multiple cuts and all because we already done that in the previous toolpath. Here we use from point, okay, and we use 15 mm above actually. It's the same. 15 mm above means if you enable this actually, there will be something like if you switch off this one, okay, there is a point placed here actually above, just 15 mm above. Okay, so everything is done. Now I'm going to calculate the tool path. Now what is happening, using this pattern finishing, and we are taking the reference tool path from the previous tool path. We are not going to use this one actually. As I said, this one, this is a reference only. You can specify as reference. Okay, you're not going to generate for that one. So here I can say reference is my tool path and generate the tool path based on the tool axis I updated. If you calculate that one, you can quickly see that what is happening. So previously we used simple spear, which is an invalid, you can say invalid tool. But what we are doing this here is a valid tool, valid ball nose tool, and use the reference of this one. And now you can see that you go and simulate the same way you can generate as previously we generated in the surface finishing or constant set finishing. You can use different tool paths actually. Okay, but how the way you are selecting the tool axis definition is more important. This is a, you know, that the pattern finishing is used for mostly in 3 axis for engraving, but in this case we can use like this also. This is one of the example of from point tool axis definition. Thank you. We will see in another video.